Hello and welcome to Dialogic English Through Podcasts. This is your host, and I'm here to help you master everyday English. In today's episode, we're going to talk about daily routines from morning to night. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's start learning together. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about my daily routine. Let me start with my morning routine. Morning routines are very important because they set the tone for the whole day. I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning. When my alarm rings, I don't get up immediately. I stay in bed for 5 more minutes. I know I should get up right away, but those extra 5 minutes feel so good. I stretch my arms and legs while I'm still in bed. Then I finally get up and go to the bathroom. In the bathroom, I wash my face with cold water. Cold water helps me wake up. It's a bit shocking at first, but it really works. After that, I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth for 2 minutes every morning. This is very important for healthy teeth. I use a soft toothbrush and fluoride toothpaste. My dentist always says that brushing properly is more important than brushing hard. Then I take a shower. I love taking hot showers in the morning. The hot water relaxes my body and prepares me for the day. I usually spend about 10 minutes in the shower. While I'm in the shower, I think about my plans for the day. I think about my meetings, my tasks, and what I want to accomplish. Sometimes I even solve problems in the shower. It's like my brain works better with hot water. I use my favorite shower gel. It smells like lavender and mint. The smell is very refreshing and helps me feel energized. I also wash my hair 3 times a week. On the other days, I just rinse it with water. After shampooing, I always use conditioner to keep my hair soft and healthy. After my shower, I dry myself with a towel and put on my clothes. I always choose comfortable clothes. In the summer, I wear light clothes like t-shirts and shorts because it's very hot. In the winter, I wear warm clothes like sweaters and jeans to stay cozy. I usually decide what to wear the night before, so I don't waste time in the morning thinking about it. I also pay attention to colors when I choose my clothes. I believe that colors can affect our mood. When I want to feel confident, I wear dark colors like black or navy blue. When I want to feel happy and energetic, I wear bright colors like yellow or orange. Today, I'm wearing a light blue shirt because blue makes me feel calm and focused. Next, I go to the kitchen for breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I usually have a simple breakfast. I eat bread with cheese and tomatoes. Sometimes I also eat eggs. I like my eggs scrambled or boiled. On weekends, when I have more time, I make an omelet with vegetables and cheese. That's my favorite. I always drink a cup of tea or coffee with my breakfast. I prefer tea because it's healthier than coffee. I like green tea because it has antioxidants and gives me energy without making me feel nervous. Sometimes I add a little honey to my tea for sweetness. On cold winter mornings, I drink hot tea, and on warm summer mornings, I sometimes make iced tea. While I'm having breakfast, I check my phone. I read the news and check my messages. I like to know what's happening in the world. Sometimes I listen to music or watch short videos. Music in the morning really helps me start my day with a positive mood. I have a special morning playlist with upbeat and motivating songs. I try not to spend too much time on my phone during breakfast, though. I think it's important to be present and enjoy your food. Sometimes I just sit quietly and look out the window. I can see the street from my kitchen window. I watch people walking their dogs, children going to school, and cars passing by. It's interesting to see the world waking up. After breakfast, I brush my teeth again. Then I prepare my bag for work. I put my laptop, notebook, pens, and water bottle in my bag. I also check if I have my keys, wallet, and phone. Keys, wallet, phone. Yes, everything is here. I also pack some snacks like fruit or nuts in case I get hungry during the day. I make sure my laptop is fully charged and I have all the documents I need for work. I check my calendar on my phone to see what meetings I have today. Being prepared makes me feel less stressed and more confident about the day ahead. Before I leave home, I look at myself in the mirror one more time. I make sure everything looks good. I check my hair, my clothes, and my overall appearance. Looking good makes me feel good. Then, I put on my shoes and leave my house at around 8 o'clock. Before I close the door, I always do a final check. Do I have my keys? Yes. Is the stove off? Yes. Are all the windows closed? Yes. Okay, everything is safe. Now I'm ready to start my day. I leave home at 8 o'clock every morning. I live in an apartment on the 5th floor, so I take the elevator down to the ground floor. Sometimes the elevator is busy, especially in the morning when everyone is leaving for work or school. When the elevator is too crowded or takes too long, I take the stairs. Taking the stairs is good exercise. It helps me wake up my body and burn some calories. When I reach the ground floor, I say hello to the security guard. His name is Jack, and he's very friendly. We chat for a minute or two about the weather or sports. These small interactions make me feel connected to my community. It's nice to start the day with a friendly conversation. I usually go to work by bus. The bus stop is very close to my home. It takes only 3 minutes to walk there. I enjoy this short walk. If the weather is nice, I take my time and breathe the fresh air. I look at the trees and flowers along the way. In spring, there are beautiful cherry blossoms, and in autumn, the leaves turn golden and red. Nature is so beautiful. I wait for the bus at the bus stop. While I'm waiting, I sometimes talk to other people who are also waiting. There are a few regular commuters that I see every day. We've become friendly over time. We talk about the weather, the traffic, or sometimes about our jobs. One woman works as a teacher, and another man works at a bank. It's interesting to learn about different professions. Sometimes, while waiting for the bus, I listen to a podcast or an audiobook. I have my earphones with me, and I use this time to learn something new. I'm currently listening to a podcast about history. It's fascinating. Learning during my commute makes me feel productive, like I'm not wasting time. The bus usually arrives at 8:10. It's quite punctual most days, which is great. I have a monthly bus pass, so I just show it to the driver and get on. The journey to my workplace takes about 30 minutes. During the bus ride, I like to look out the window and watch the city. I see many people going to work or school. I see cars, bicycles, and other buses on the road. I notice how the city changes throughout the morning. Early in the morning, the streets are quiet, but by 8:30, everything becomes busy and energetic. Street vendors open their shops, cafes start serving coffee, and the sidewalks fill with people. It's like the whole city comes alive. Sometimes the traffic is heavy and the journey takes longer. On those days, I try to be patient. I use the extra time to plan my day or respond to emails on my phone. I've learned that getting frustrated about traffic doesn't help anyone. So I just relax and accept it as part of city life. On the bus, I sometimes meet interesting people. Last week, I sat next to a university student who was studying engineering. We had a nice conversation about technology and innovation. I enjoy these random encounters because they remind me that everyone has their own story and their own journey. When I arrive at my workplace, I greet my colleagues. I say, "Good morning," to everyone I meet. A friendly greeting can really brighten someone's day. Then I go to my desk and turn on my computer. While the computer is starting up, I organize my workspace. I like to keep my desk clean and tidy. I check my emails first. I read all the new messages and reply to the important ones. I've learned to prioritize emails. Some emails need immediate attention, while others can wait. I use a system of flags and folders to organize my inbox. This helps me stay on top of my work and not feel overwhelmed. My work starts at 9 o'clock. I work in an office. I usually have many tasks to do every day. I attend meetings, make phone calls, and work on projects. Some days are busier than others. On busy days, I have back-to-back meetings and deadlines. On quieter days, I can focus on long-term projects and planning. Sometimes I work alone, and sometimes I work with my team. I enjoy both. Working alone allows me to focus deeply and be creative. Working with my team is great for brainstorming ideas and solving complex problems. My colleagues are very talented and supportive. We help each other and celebrate our successes together. At around 10:30, I take a short coffee break. I go to the office kitchen and make myself a cup of coffee. Ah, coffee time. This is one of my favorite moments of the day. I take my time making the coffee. I choose my favorite mug, add the right amount of sugar, and sometimes I add a little milk or cream. Sometimes my colleagues are also there, and we chat for a few minutes. We talk about work, news, or our plans for the weekend. We also share funny stories or interesting articles we've read. These short breaks are important because they help me relax and recharge. They also strengthen the bonds between team members. Sometimes we talk about our hobbies and interests outside of work. One colleague loves photography, another enjoys hiking, and someone else is learning to play the guitar. It's wonderful to discover these different sides of people. It reminds me that we're not just workers, but whole people with rich lives. After my coffee break, I go back to my desk and continue working. I try to focus on my most important tasks in the morning because my brain works better before lunch. I've noticed that my concentration and creativity are at their peak between 10 and 12, so I save the most challenging tasks for this time. I use different techniques to stay focused. I turn off unnecessary notifications on my computer and phone. I work in blocks of time, usually 45 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. This method really helps me stay productive without getting too tired. At 12 o'clock, I check the time and think about lunch. Sometimes I feel very hungry, and sometimes I'm not hungry at all. It depends on what I had for breakfast. If I had a big breakfast, I can easily wait until 12:30 or even 1 o'clock for lunch. But if I only had a light breakfast, my stomach starts rumbling around 11:30. At 12:30, it's time for lunch. I have 1 hour for lunch, which is nice. Some people only get 30 minutes, but my company gives us a full hour. This gives me enough time to eat properly and relax. Sometimes I bring lunch from home. I prepare it the night before and put it in a lunchbox. Usually it's something simple, like rice, chicken, and vegetables. When I bring lunch from home, I heat it up in the office microwave. While I'm waiting for my food to heat up, I usually wash my hands and get a glass of water. Drinking water throughout the day is very important for health. I try to drink at least 8 glasses of water every day. I like bringing lunch from home because it's healthier and cheaper than eating out every day. I can control what ingredients I use and how much salt or oil I add. Plus, preparing my lunch the night before saves me money. At the end of the month, I save quite a bit. But sometimes I don't have time to prepare lunch at home. Life gets busy. On those days, I go to a restaurant near my office with my colleagues. We like to try different places. Sometimes we eat Turkish food like kebab, or pide. Sometimes we eat Italian food like pasta or pizza. And sometimes we try Asian food like sushi or noodles. We have our favorite restaurants in the area. There's a small family-owned Turkish restaurant that makes amazing lentil soup and grilled meat. The owner knows us by name now. There's also a modern cafe that serves healthy salads and smoothies. And there's an Italian place with the best lasagna I've ever tasted. Choosing where to eat becomes a fun group decision. We discuss our options, check online reviews, and sometimes we even vote. It's a nice way to bond with my colleagues outside of work tasks. Food brings people together, you know? I prefer to eat healthy food for lunch. I usually order salad, grilled chicken, or fish. I try not to eat too much because if I eat a lot, I feel sleepy in the afternoon. Heavy meals make me feel sluggish and unfocused. So I eat moderate portions and choose foods that give me sustained energy. I also drink water or fresh juice with my lunch. I avoid sugary sodas because they give me a quick energy spike, but then I crash afterwards. Fresh orange juice or lemonade are my favorites. Sometimes I also have ayran, which is a traditional Turkish yogurt drink. It's refreshing and good for digestion. During lunch, we talk about many different things. Sometimes we discuss work projects and share ideas. Other times we talk about movies, books, sports, or current events. It's a nice mental break from work. Laughing and chatting with colleagues makes the workday much more enjoyable. After eating, I don't go back to work immediately. I take a short walk outside if the weather is nice. Walking after lunch helps my digestion and gives me fresh air. I walk around the building or go to a nearby park. There's a small park just 2 blocks away from my office. It has trees, benches, and a fountain. Sometimes I sit on a bench and enjoy the sunshine for a few minutes. I close my eyes and listen to the sounds around me. Birds singing, children playing, water flowing in the fountain. These quiet moments help me reset my mind and prepare for the afternoon. If it's raining or too cold, I stay inside and walk around the office building. We have a nice lobby area with plants and comfortable seating. I also use this time to call my family or friends sometimes. Just a quick, "Hello, how are you?" can brighten both their day and mine. At 1:30, I return to the office and continue working. I feel refreshed after my lunch break and walk. The afternoon work session begins. In the afternoon, I usually have more meetings. I meet with my team to discuss our projects. We share ideas and solve problems together. Sometimes these meetings are long and tiring, but they're necessary for our work. Good teamwork requires good communication. In our meetings, everyone has a chance to speak and share their thoughts. We use a whiteboard to draw diagrams and write down ideas. Sometimes we have brainstorming sessions where we come up with creative solutions. I love it when someone has a brilliant idea that makes everyone go, "Wow, that's perfect." We also have video conference meetings with colleagues from other cities or even other countries. Technology makes it possible to work with people from anywhere in the world. I've had meetings with colleagues from London, New York, and Tokyo. It's fascinating to work in such a global environment. I also answer emails and phone calls in the afternoon. Sometimes clients call me with questions, and I try to help them. I listen carefully to their concerns and provide solutions. Good communication is very important in my job. I've learned to be patient, clear, and professional in all my interactions. Some phone calls are easy and quick. Others are more complicated and require research or consultation with colleagues. When I don't know the answer to something, I'm honest about it. I tell the client, "That's a great question. Let me check with my team and get back to you with accurate information." Honesty builds trust. At around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, I feel a little tired. This is normal. Everyone feels tired in the afternoon. It's called the afternoon slump. Our energy naturally drops in the mid-afternoon. When I feel tired, I stand up and stretch my body. I do some simple exercises at my desk. I move my arms in circles. I stretch my neck from side to side. I bend forward to stretch my back, and I rotate my ankles and wrists. That feels better. Sitting at a desk all day can make your muscles stiff and sore. These stretches help increase blood flow and reduce tension. Sometimes I also walk to the water cooler and refill my water bottle. The short walk helps wake me up a bit. I might chat with a colleague for a minute or two. Just changing my physical position and moving around helps combat that afternoon fatigue. Sometimes I also have a small snack in the afternoon. I eat an apple, some nuts, or a granola bar. A healthy snack gives me energy to continue working until the evening. I keep these snacks in my desk drawer so they're always available when I need them. I've learned which snacks work best for me. Nuts like almonds and walnuts give me sustained energy and protein. Fruit like apples or bananas provide natural sugars and fiber. I avoid candy and chips because they give me a quick sugar rush, but then I feel even more tired afterwards. The last couple of hours at work go by relatively quickly. I finish up my tasks, respond to final emails, and prepare for the next day. I like to end my workday feeling organized and ready for tomorrow. My work finishes at 6 o'clock in the evening. Before I leave, I organize my desk. I put away papers, close unnecessary programs on my computer, and make a to-do list for tomorrow. Writing down tomorrow's tasks helps clear my mind. I don't have to worry about forgetting something important. I make sure I save all my work and back up important files. I learned this lesson the hard way once when my computer crashed and I lost some work. Now I always save and back up everything. Better safe than sorry. Then I turn off my computer and put on my jacket. I check that I have all my belongings, my phone, wallet, keys, and bag. I say goodbye to my colleagues and wish them a good evening. See you tomorrow. Have a nice evening. Some of them are still working, and I admire their dedication. I leave the office at 6 o'clock. Sometimes I leave a little earlier or a little later depending on my work. If I have an urgent deadline, I might stay until 6:30 or even 7 o'clock, but most days I leave right at 6 o'clock. I take the bus again to go home. The bus in the evening is usually more crowded than in the morning because everyone is going home at the same time. The evening bus is quite different from the morning bus. In the morning, people are quiet and sleepy. In the evening, people are more talkative and relaxed. I hear conversations about what people did during the day, what they're planning for dinner, or what they're watching on TV. Sometimes I have to stand on the bus because all the seats are taken. That's okay, though. It's only 30 minutes, and standing actually helps me stretch my legs after sitting at a desk all day. I hold on to the rail and watch the city pass by through the windows. The journey home takes about 30 minutes, just like in the morning. During this time, I often listen to music or podcasts on my phone. I have different playlists for different moods. Sometimes I want to listen to calm, relaxing music. Other times I want something more upbeat and energizing. Sometimes I read a book or the news on my tablet. I'm currently reading a mystery novel and I'm really enjoying it. The story is so suspenseful that sometimes I almost miss my stop because I'm so absorbed in reading. This commute time helps me transition from work mode to home mode. This transition is important for me mentally. It's like a buffer zone between my professional life and my personal life. By the time I get home, I've left work stress behind and I'm ready to enjoy my evening. I arrive home at around 6:45. When I get home, the first thing I do is take off my shoes. Finally home. There's something so satisfying about taking off your shoes after a long day. My feet feel free. Then I change my clothes. I put on comfortable home clothes like sweatpants and a t-shirt. I feel much more relaxed in comfortable clothes. I have special home clothes that I only wear inside my apartment. They're soft, loose, and cozy. In winter, I wear warm fleece pants and a hoodie. In summer, I wear light cotton shorts and a tank top. Being comfortable at home is so important. After changing clothes, I rest for a little while. I sit on the couch and check my phone. I look at social media, reply to messages from friends, or watch some videos. Sometimes I watch funny cat videos or cooking tutorials. The internet has so much entertaining content. I give myself about 20 to 30 minutes to rest and do nothing. This transition time is important for me. I don't jump straight into cooking or chores. I just sit, breathe, and decompress from the day. Sometimes I close my eyes and meditate for a few minutes. It helps clear my mind. During this time, I also think about what I want to do with my evening. Do I want to watch a movie, read a book, call a friend, exercise? Having some free time to choose what I want to do makes me feel happy and in control of my life. At around 7:30, I start preparing dinner. I enjoy cooking. It's creative and relaxing for me. I usually cook simple meals. Sometimes I make pasta with vegetables. I love spaghetti with tomato sauce, garlic, and basil. Sometimes I cook rice with chicken. I marinate the chicken with spices and grill it. And sometimes I make soup, especially in winter. A hot bowl of soup is perfect. On weekends, when I have more time, I cook more elaborate meals. I might make stuffed peppers, or homemade pizza, or a special fish dish. I enjoy trying new recipes from cooking websites and YouTube channels. But on weekdays, I keep it simple because I don't want to spend hours in the kitchen. Cooking usually takes me about 30 to 40 minutes. While I'm cooking, I sometimes listen to music or watch a cooking show on TV. I find cooking very relaxing. The process of chopping vegetables, stirring sauces, and creating something delicious helps me forget about work stress. I also enjoy the smells of cooking. When I'm sautéing onions and garlic, the whole apartment smells amazing. When I'm baking bread on weekends, the smell is heavenly. These simple pleasures make me feel grateful and happy. Sometimes I experiment with new recipes or ingredients. Last week, I tried making Thai curry for the first time. It was delicious. I felt accomplished when it turned out well. Cooking is not just about feeding yourself. It's also about creativity and learning. I have dinner at around 8:15 or 8:30. I usually eat dinner alone because I live alone, but sometimes I video call my family or friends while eating. We talk about our day and share stories. Even though we're not in the same place, it feels nice to eat together virtually. My parents live in another city, so I can't see them every day, but technology helps us stay connected. I call them several times a week. We talk about everything: their health, my work, family news, neighborhood gossip. Sometimes we just chat about nothing important, but it still feels good to hear their voices. I also video call my friends sometimes. We share what we're eating and joke around. "Oh, you're eating pizza again." "Yes, I love pizza." These casual, fun conversations make living alone feel less lonely. After dinner, I wash the dishes. I don't like dirty dishes in the sink. It bothers me to see a messy kitchen. So I clean everything right away. I wash the plates, pots, and utensils. I wipe down the counter and the stove. I clean the kitchen and make sure everything is tidy. A clean kitchen makes me feel good. It gives me a sense of order and control. Plus, it's much nicer to wake up to a clean kitchen in the morning. I've made it a habit to never go to bed with dirty dishes in the sink. While I'm washing dishes, I often think about my day or plan for tomorrow. It's a mindless task that gives my hands something to do while my mind wanders. Sometimes I come up with good ideas while doing dishes. It's funny how that works. After cleaning up, I have free time. This is my favorite time of the day. I can do whatever I want. The evening hours between 9 and 11 are truly mine. No work, no obligations, just free time to enjoy. Sometimes I watch a movie or a TV series. I like watching different types of shows: comedies, dramas, documentaries. It depends on my mood. If I want to laugh and relax, I watch a comedy. If I want something thought-provoking, I watch a drama or documentary. If I just want to zone out, I watch a reality show or a cooking competition. I have several streaming services, so I have access to thousands of movies and shows. Sometimes it takes me 20 minutes just to decide what to watch. There are so many options. But that's a good problem to have, right? Sometimes I read a book instead of watching TV. Reading is one of my hobbies. I like reading novels, especially mystery and adventure stories. Reading before bed helps me relax and sleep better. It takes me away from screens and into a world of imagination. I'm currently reading 3 different books: a mystery novel for entertainment, a non-fiction book about psychology, and a collection of short stories. I love having different books for different moods. When I want excitement, I read the mystery. When I want to learn something, I read the psychology book. And when I only have 10 minutes, I read a short story. Other times I practice my English or learn something new online. I watch educational videos on YouTube, take online courses, or practice skills I want to develop. Learning new things makes me happy and helps me grow as a person. I believe in lifelong learning. Just because I finished school doesn't mean I should stop learning. I'm currently taking an online course about digital marketing. I'm also trying to improve my photography skills by watching tutorials, and I'm learning to play the guitar. Well, trying to learn. It's harder than it looks. I also like to call my family and friends in the evening. I talk to my parents several times a week. We chat about our lives, health, and plans. My mom always asks if I'm eating well and sleeping enough. Mothers are the same everywhere, aren't they? I call my friends too. We catch up on each other's lives, share funny stories, or sometimes we just vent about our frustrations. Having people you can talk to is so important for mental health. I feel very lucky to have such wonderful people in my life. Staying connected with loved ones is very important to me. In our busy modern lives, it's easy to lose touch with people, but I make an effort to maintain my relationships because they bring joy and meaning to my life. At around 10:30, I start preparing for bed. I begin winding down and getting ready for sleep. First, I take a shower. I prefer showering at night because it helps me sleep better. The warm water relaxes my muscles and makes me feel calm. My evening shower is different from my morning shower. In the morning, I take a quick, energizing shower. In the evening, I take a longer, more relaxing shower. I let the warm water wash away all the stress and tension of the day. Sometimes, I add bath salts or essential oils to make the shower more luxurious. Lavender oil is great for relaxation. Eucalyptus oil helps clear my sinuses. These small touches make my evening routine feel special and self-caring. After my shower, I put on my pajamas. I have different pajamas for different seasons. In summer, I wear light cotton pajamas. In winter, I wear warm flannel pajamas. Clean pajamas and freshly showered skin. There's no better feeling. Then I go to the bathroom to do my night routine. I wash my face with a gentle cleanser to remove all the dirt and oil from the day. I brush my teeth carefully for 2 full minutes. I floss too, which I didn't used to do, but my dentist convinced me. Now I floss every night. And I take care of my skin. I apply toner, serum, and moisturizer. Taking care of your skin is important. As we get older, skin care becomes even more important. I've learned to invest in good skincare products and to be consistent with my routine. Before I go to bed, I prepare everything for tomorrow. I check my bag and make sure I have everything I need: laptop, charger, notebooks, pens. I choose my clothes for the next day and lay them out on a chair. This saves me time in the morning and reduces decision-making when I'm still sleepy. I also check the weather forecast for tomorrow. If it's going to rain, I make sure I have my umbrella. If it's going to be cold, I choose warmer clothes. Being prepared helps me feel less stressed in the morning. I also prepare my breakfast for tomorrow, if possible. Sometimes I set out the bread, cheese, and jam on the counter. Sometimes I prepare overnight oats that will be ready to eat in the morning. Little preparations like this make my mornings smoother. Finally, I go to my bedroom. I turn off most of the lights in my apartment and only keep a small bedside lamp on. Dimming the lights signals to my brain that it's time to sleep. I set my alarm for 6:30 the next morning. I double-check that the alarm is actually set because I've forgotten before. That was not a fun morning. I get into bed and enjoy the feeling of clean sheets and soft pillows. My bed is my sanctuary. I have comfortable pillows, a warm blanket, and soft sheets. I change my sheets every week because I love the feeling of fresh, clean bedding. Read a few pages of a book before sleeping. Usually just 10 or 15 minutes of reading is enough to make me drowsy. Other times, I just close my eyes and think about my day. I reflect on what went well, what I'm grateful for, and what I can improve tomorrow. I practice gratitude before sleep. I think of 3 things I'm grateful for that day. Maybe it's a good conversation with a colleague, a delicious meal, or simply the fact that I'm healthy and safe. Ending the day with gratitude helps me sleep with a peaceful mind. I try to sleep by 11:30 or midnight. Getting enough sleep is very important for health and energy. When I sleep well, I wake up refreshed and ready for the day. When I don't sleep enough, everything feels harder. Work, decisions, even simple tasks. I've learned that sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Our bodies need 7 to 8 hours of sleep to function properly. So I prioritize sleep and try to maintain a consistent sleep schedule. And then, the next morning, my routine starts all over again. The alarm rings at 6:30 and a new day begins. Every day is similar, but also different in its own way. So, this is my daily routine from morning to night. Of course, not every day is exactly the same. Sometimes I have different plans or unexpected things happen. Maybe I have a doctor's appointment, or maybe I meet friends for dinner, or maybe I work late on a special project. Life is not always predictable, and that's okay. Flexibility is important, but having a general routine helps me stay organized and productive. It also makes me feel more in control of my life. Having a routine helps me manage my time better. I know when to work, when to eat, when to relax, and when to sleep. This structure reduces stress and helps me accomplish my goals. But I'm also flexible enough to change my routine when needed. I believe that a good routine should serve you, not limit you. It should help you live better, not make you feel restricted. So I adjust my routine as my needs change. What worked for me last year might not work for me this year, and that's perfectly fine. What about you? What does your daily routine look like? Do you wake up early or late? What do you eat for breakfast? How do you go to work? What do you do in the evening? Everyone's routine is different, and that's what makes it interesting. I hope sharing my routine helped you learn some useful English vocabulary and expressions. Remember, talking about daily routines is a great way to practice English because it's practical and relatable. You can use these words and phrases in real conversations. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Don't forget to practice describing your own daily routine in English. Write it down, say it out loud, or share it with a friend who's also learning English. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day and take care. Goodbye.